So I watched a movie recently. It was interesting. I'm gonna tell you all about it. Starship Troopers: Traitor of Mars. It's an animated film released in 2017. It takes place sometime after the 1997 film Starship Troopers, which is actually pretty good. I mean, it's crappy, but it's good. I liked it. Me and my friend watched it. It was fun. It didn't get good ratings. It only achieved a 5.5 on IMDb. Don't let that discourage you, though, because after sitting down and watching it, I can tell you some of those highlights. There's gonna be some spoilers ahead, so if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to hear the spoilers, I suggest you click off and go watch the movie. It's only like an hour and a half on Netflix, and it's okay. So, the opening. The movie opens up while our main cast is sent off to battle. It is here we're introduced to Juan Rico from the original film. Great character, love him. He has an eye patch now. Probably happened in one of the other 4 films. Other 3 films. I don't think it happened in the original. 101, yes, that's his name. One of the characters' code name is 101. Camacho, Gio, and Baba, and I'm pretty sure there's another one, but I can't recall who they are right now. They land, more like crash actually, on a bug planet, are quickly attacked. Chaos ensues, and in the panic, Lieutenant Baba launches his nukes, killing everyone. But it's all just simulation, as we figure out. Personally, I didn't like it so much. I don't like when films open in simulation and then kill all the characters off because, well, it causes people to click off films. The only one I liked was Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. Amazing film. Loved that one. Anyways, the plot. The plot of the film was set up fairly early on. Set up like 5-10 minutes after the simulation, which is something I personally really like, because I don't have to sit there and figure out what was the plot of this film, or after it's over, look it up, which is something I have to do with a lot of films because I don't pay attention to them. And it doesn't need much looking into. Almost immediately after the simulation scene, we learn about the discourse between the Federation and Mars. The Federation basically being the government system. It's centralized on Earth. Well, more like the Moon. The leader, basically, of the Federation resides on the Moon most of the time. Mars, much like every other colony that in existence, doesn't much like being controlled by a power thousands of miles away, more like hundreds of thousands of miles away. And it's fairly interesting as it introduces us to a few people. Carl Jenkins, a psychic from the original film. He's trying to uncover a conspiracy to get rid of Mars. However, he's intercepted by PSI officers, basically a law enforcement system, which are basically space military police or space MPs. The main villain. It's at this point we are introduced to Sky Marshal Amy Snap, who is hands down one of the worst movie villains ever. Now, I have watched hundreds, and I mean hundreds of films in my lifetime so far. And Amy Snap is one of the worst villains I have ever seen. She doesn't have a motive behind this. She doesn't have a motive behind doing what she does. She doesn't have the tragic backstory. She is just hands down, a bitch. And just like most people in power, she purely cares about how she looks to other people. She cares about her ratings. In fact, she cares about it so much that she's willing to blow up Mars. Now, you can't just blow up a planet for shits and giggles. I mean, it would be fun to blow something big up like a planet, but you just can't blow it up just because you want to. So 2 years earlier, she allowed a quote-unquote bug meteorite to land on Mars to start a bug colony. In the ensuing bug invasion, she will detonate a Q-bomb, which is basically a super atom bomb, killing the bugs, exploding Mars, and all the surviving Martians on the planet. To the meat and potatoes of the film. Amidst the attack, Rico and his squad of Martians... Oh, the attack has started by now. It starts like 30 minutes into the film, I think. But amidst the attack, Rico and a squad of Martians, who are the other kids, they're from Mars, and Radzas, God, his name makes me laugh, managed to make it to the surface of Mars. Almost immediately they are attacked, killing off multiple people. Among those was Radzas, who died from his suit losing pressure. Basically, his suit lost pressure higher up in the atmosphere of Mars because they got into his ship, and then they basically escaped from their orbiting space station, and they had to jump out of the ship, like when they were in atmosphere, but Rat's ass died. However, they persevere and manage to launch the nukes to the bugs. They kill all the bugs in their bug plasma launcher thingies, which are basically killing everything. However, amongst their seeming victory, they are trapped on Mars. Now, fast forward to daytime. Did I forget to mention it was night? Yeah, it was night when they landed. And a small squad is atop a rocky outcropping. All of a sudden, a ship appears, and Baba knows the pilot. It's his cousin, whose name I do not remember, nor can I find. Now, this pilot, he is amazing. He sounds like a hillbilly, and I love it, because I live in the country. I'm a redneck, so I love this character so much. He is funny at times, and we don't get to see a lot of him in this 1.5 hour film, so savor him while you can. They all get on the ship except for Rico, and this is due to the rocket on his suit running out of fuel. This is mentioned earlier by him when he tells the soldiers to watch their jet fuel while they are descending towards the planet, because they wear these suits with jets on them, so that they can like basically jump higher. He gets left behind while the others escape. Fast forward, bitch lady pushes her point, Carl's beaten up in captivity, and Rico sees his long-dead teammate, Dizzy, who died in the first film, if I remember correctly. Dizzy leads him towards an old terraforming tower where he picks up some new armor, having run out of juice. His armor ran out of power, they run out of power packs, which actually is a really cool concept, because, like, you usually see these characters in, like, movies and all that, they're either roided up, or they are genetically modified, but no, they are in armor that is powered by servos and shit like that. Which he has a chain gun and missile launchers, which he uses to fight off some bugs which have arrived. He's about to be overrun at the tower when just in the nick of time his squad returns. They open fire on the bugs, but the ship is damaged. All the soldiers, besides the pilot, jump out. The pilot instead crashes the ship into his plasma bugs, killing himself and the living guns, which I was so sad when this character died. I loved him. As I said before, an amazing character, 10 out of 10, would watch again. Cut back to bitch lady, and bitch leader, I mean. She's about to detonate Mars, however, when she does, the planet doesn't explode. She then gets a call from Captain Carmen, who earlier in the film basically went AWOL. Carmen goes on to explain that they're in contact with a small group of troops on the ground, and it tunes into a live recording of Rico and his troops. They say they have disarmed a live Q bomb and plan to defend Mars. While fighting off waves of bug, Rico sends Camacho and Gio into the terraform station, turn it on. They basically plan to explode the station, which runs on nuclear power. They have these little nuclear power plants in it. Pretty cool. They blow up blow up the bridge. Listen, if I could take multiple takes, I would, but I'm using crappy Share Factory recording tech on my PlayStation, so you're gonna have to deal with it. They blow up the bridge leading to the station and turn around to retreat. However, one of them is killed. Not given long to mourn their loss and they retreat inside. They run down some halls and up some stairs. Eventually, they get to a platform and Carmen is flying a dropship to get them. However, she can't land, so they jump for it. They use the boosters to get to a ship, then it's only Bob and Rico left. Baba was all out of fuel. Guess he's gonna die. But Rico, refusing to let one of his squad die again, grabs Baba and jumps. However, with the added weight, makes him sink. Camacho, seeing this, jumps down to help him up. At the end of the film, Carl is seen to be acting commander in place of bitch lady. Rico is promoted to general, and his team is promoted. For the end credits, we see Baba share some classified documents with the question, what did bitch lady know? Well, not exactly that, but you get the idea. Well, here's my thoughts on the film. This film was pretty cool in my opinion. The animation looked nice, the voice acting sounded pleasant, and I even chuckled at a few of the laughs. Some things that probably weren't meant to be jokes, but I have a weird sense of humor. So, what do I give it? I give it 4 Starships out of 5 troopers for being nice to watch. There you have it. What are you still doing here? Go, watch something else.